Up next on Money, some of the hottest products on the market, like the Pebble smartwatch, have been backed by crowdfunding. But the SEC may be hanging investors out to dry. We'll tell you if the whole idea is as safe as you think. At the end of the day, it's all about money. Hey, have you gotten into crowdfunding yet? Believe it or not, the concept is so hot that total investments last year were estimated to reach a staggering $2.8 billion. But here's the thing. As cool as it may be to help fund a great new project, it could possibly be risky, at least a risky proposition. The SEC even missed its own deadline. Imagine that, to set up rules to protect investors and their money. So how can you be sure you're putting your hard-earned cash into a credible project? Joining me right now is J Barkats, a founding member of Biofunder, which is essentially crowdfunding. And this is a fancy term for, I go on the internet and I say, I've got a product, I want to raise money, and I will give you equity in this project, correct?
Correct.
Can you do that right now, or because the SEC missed the deadline, is everything on hold?
Yes, absolutely. Everything is on hold right now. There is no surprise that the SEC missed the deadline. Mary Shapiro, the former chairman of the SEC, was not a big fan of the Jobs Act, nor crowdfunding in particular. So nobody's surprised.
And we should point out the Obama administration, this was part of the Jumpstart Our Business Startups Jobs Act a year ago. So this was supposed to have been in place by December 31st of this year. It's not. What is the potential impact of people who want to get their entrepreneurial businesses off the ground, as well as job creation?
Well, it's going to delay. We are going to have to wait and see what the new SEC chairwoman is going to do with it. The belief is that it's a much-needed implementation, but they are, as you know, already late also with the full implementation of Dodd-Frank. So I don't see that happening anytime soon. I believe it will take at least another year before.
So the potential here, though, is to raise, you can raise up to, there's a cap, $1 million for a startup business. You think that cap should be raised? Because they're going to look at all of this, right?
Correct.
What are the benefits of raising that cap? Because there's always that we got to protect the investor, and there might be shysters out there.
Well, the mandate of the SEC is to protect investors, indeed, but it's also to facilitate capital formation. Now, the legislator realized that they will be unable to create jobs only from the top. They need it to happen from the bottom up, and that requires infusion of capital. The banks are not lending enough, and entrepreneurs are seeking capital. Who's going to put that money in if not us, the peers?
Right now, the way the law is structured, a small-time investor like myself, if you've got a $100,000 income, you can only go into this for $2,000. So most people could survive if they, lost that $2,000, correct?
Correct. It's not a big burden.
And this is actually wrapping up. There are countries where they're doing this.
Correct. England, Australia, and no fraud has been detected so far, or a minimal amount of fraud. So I don't think it's that risky. I think we have a track record that we can lean on and look at.
All right. Well, I apologize that we have to cut this a little bit short because of the breaking news out of Washington. But it seems to me, we're trying to create jobs in this country. We're trying to raise money for entrepreneurs. This might be a way to do it.
Absolutely. I believe that.
All right. Well, J Barkats, thank you very much for joining us here on Money.